Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you an individual stock pick in AMZN.com Inc. That is symbol AMZN. I did record this video, by the way, on Thursday, January 12th, 2023. This is kind of by popular request. We've had a lot of requests for Amazon the last couple of months, and my regrets in not getting this out sooner. But here we are. I'm going to freeze frame just a second over the basic fundamentals, courtesy of Yahoo Finance. You probably know more about Amazon than I do. Certainly a large cap corporation, almost $1 trillion. And I'm going to be showing you weekly bar charts throughout. This is obviously a weekly bar chart going back some 10 years. And I'm actually going to zoom in this area here to show you that very recent developments. We have a pretty classic channel top that represents what I'm going to call near to midterm resistance. Because this is a weekly chart, this is about a 2 to 3 month channel top that comes in this week at 98.96. So this is a ceiling of resistance below which this, relentless bear move can continue to wreak havoc on the price activity of Amazon, and we can fall back over the next, possibly within 2 or 3 weeks, to the low 80s once again, that 80.15. Not only do we have got a couple trend lines there that I'm going to respect as sort of a midterm support area, near to midterm support. So holding below 98.96, dropping 60 cents a week for the week of Monday, January 9th. So you can, as I do with all of my stock pick videos, ascertain the exact location of this meaningful channel resistance into February trade. It is a ceiling of resistance. This stock, despite the fact that it's rebounded nicely over the last couple of weeks, remains subject to continued longer-term selling pressures and can quite easily, by the end of January perhaps, over the next few weeks, fall back into the low 80s. That trend line coming off those lows from the April lows across the October lows and the recent lows, 80.15 this week, dropping 64 cents a week. And that is an area where this market can at least near-term, short-term exhaust itself to the downside. If we were to close below it, secondary selling pressures as we continue into Feb, March. But I'm not going to go there right now. The purpose of this is really to show you a potential buy signal, potential meaning it hasn't occurred yet. And if we were to close above the 98.96 channel top, it would actually. And in fact, while I'm mentioning this, I do need to segue for about 20 seconds and just mention that this free Amazon stock pick, we actually provide 2 of these identically every week, 8 a month on wickedstocks.com. Most recently, in the last few weeks, Meta, Micron, Occidental Petroleum, to name a few. Like clockwork for the last 2 years, 8 a month. Also, that's part of a package, wickedstocks.com subscription that includes not only the 2 stock picks a week that you never actually see on YouTube, but also the daily SPY report, the daily Triple Q report, the weekly S&P 500 index analysis, the weekly NASDAQ 100 index analysis, and the weekly U.S. Treasury ETF, the TLT analysis. All of that, including the 2 stock picks for one very reasonable monthly subscription price. So that pretty much rounds out the commercial for this Amazon.com stock pick. Let's get on with the buy signal that, were it to occur, I really want to see it by a 1% margin just for safekeeping. Now, if we close this week, Friday, January 13th, for instance, at 99.02 or 99.20, is that a buy signal? Yes, it is a buy signal. Is it actionable? Yes, but in terms of reliability, I like the 1% rule. I've used it for years. I can't tell you how many times the stock will close at, say, in this case, a 99.25 on Friday, and then we fall off the following week. But there's sort of this magic 1% that I've used, 99.95 or higher on Friday, and you can follow it by the same degree. This channel top is dropping, once again, 60 cents a week. So next week, it will be, 98.36, so forth and so on. You can follow that, and then you do your own 1% math, which is pretty simple, and add to that number. And if we close at that number or higher, even on an intra-week basis, even on a Tuesday or a Thursday, you've got that buy signal. You can act on it. You don't have to wait for Friday, but you do want to see how Friday fleshes out. You also want to make sure that we end the week above that formation. So I'm going to cut to the chase here. If we close above this channel top, 99.95 or higher on the end of the week, on Friday, then my target within 2 to 3 months, I think, realistically, is the 133.22 formation. And so that's it's a 25-30% run from where we are now. That'd be a nice blast to the upside. And I think that would take probably about 2 to 3 months. I think that is actually realistic. If you see the wave patterns on this stock over the last year and a half, you can see 2 to 3 months is in the realm of likelihood. Closing above 98.96 by the 1% margin, 133.22 becomes a 2 to 3 month objective. And that is really the start of a zone of resistance that I'll show in a moment. But really, if you want to back out of this chart, and here's something I cannot ignore, but in terms of the buy signal, I think the buy signal is good above at 99.95 or higher, but there are these old highs and lows. And so you can see on our way down in the spring of this year, April, May, June, that we bottomed out at the old highs from September 2018 and July 2019, the 101.79 and the 102.52 area. And that is actually still going to be a trouble spot, I suspect. If we close above this channel top, we can get snagged for the better part of a week, maybe even a full week in that 101.79 to 102.52 area. I just don't want to have it go unsaid. I will say, though, and I'm going to stick to my guns here, that if we close at 99.95 or higher on Friday, even if it doesn't involve a settlement above 102.52, I still think that's an actionable signal. Now, if you want to nuance this, scale into a long position. If we close at 99.95, let's say we close at 100 even, you could load up on, say, half of a core position. And then the following week, if we close above 102.52, you can buy the balance. That's just one idea. Or if you just want to be safe, you can just watch the market close above the 98.98 channel top. And then once it closes then above 102.52, you can climb on board fully for what I would expect to be, once again, a 2 to 3 month rally into the 133.22 region. Now, 133.22, by the way, is really the start of a wide zone all the way up to 149.95. And this area, they're both dropping at 64 cents a week. And you can monitor those as well. So if we get the buy signal above 98.96, there's a couple things you could do. You could buy 130 out of the money calls that don't expire. I would go 4 to 6 months out. I don't think it'll take that long, a 2 to 3 month rally into the 130s. But you don't want to buy, say March 130 calls that expire in 2 or 3 months, and the market rallies up to your price over that 2 or 3 months, and the call expires worthless or close to worthless. So you want to preserve some delta by eliminating that time decay element. I would go 4 to 6 months out on a 130 out of the money call. That 149.95 is also, that's a wide band, a $16 band of resistance that will continue all the way through the year. And the last thing I will say about this, as we push into that 133.22 to 149.95 region, once again, it becomes a 2 to 3 month target with a settlement above 98.96. That upper area, 133.22 to 149.95, represents meaningful long-term resistance for Amazon. So I'm way ahead of myself here, but I'm just kind of giving you the heads up that that zone is one that could contain buying into later 23, possibly through 23. And if we were to close above that 149.95 channel top in the months ahead, that would signal a good long-term low for Amazon. I would expect a retest quickly within 3 to 5 months of that 2021 high area, and then some, probably on to new all-time highs within 3 to 5 months possibly of closing above 149.95. But bottom line with this 98.96 is our resistance. Can contain buying through the balance of January. From here, we can fall back into the low 80s quite easily over the next few weeks. And inversely, closing above 98.96 by a 1% margin, which is a 99.95 price or higher, any day print. You want to see the week settle out at 99.95 or higher, and we're off to the races. Nice recovery here into the 130s, 140s over the next 2 to 3 months. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I've just hit the 10-minute mark. I don't like to go past 10 minutes. Check us out at wickedstocks.com. Be back soon.